Well, Gaffer, a frustrating defeat here at the Riverside. Did we deserve something from the game?
Yeah, I felt we deserved at least a point at the game. I was disappointed the way the first half went. If I'm going to be honest, I thought we started the game very well with the ball. Without the ball, though, we were a little bit too passive. We weren't aggressive enough. We said in the dressing room there, I think we were a little bit naive, and we didn't take that game by the scruff of the neck. We're disappointed to come away with the defeat, and I think it's a game that we've all got to study, and it's hurting everyone in there. The dressing room, they're very, very down and they're hurt. But the most important thing is that we come back in tomorrow and we're positive. We learn from our tonight, and we're ready to go for it against Bristol.
It's irritating whenever you concede a goal, but to concede one from set plays, given the amount of work that goes into them, does that make it even more frustrating?
Of course it does. We need to be stronger. We need to be better. It's a man-v-man duel in there. We expect to win them headers. We expect to get onto the second, third phase. But games are won and lost on set pieces, and we know how important they are. And it's our job to make sure that we stop conceding from them. It's very disappointing, and as I say, we've been on a good 4-game unbeaten run. It's important we don't get too disappointed with tonight's result. We learn from it, and we move on quickly for Saturday.
Was the first goal important tonight, given the run that they'd been on?
Yeah, I think no matter who you're playing against, the first goal is very, very important. They've scored, obviously, and then we've had some good chances after. We need to be more clinical in that final third. We need better decision makers in that final third as well. Especially that second half. We've had a lot of possession. We've dominated the second half really, and we need to make better decisions when we get into them final third areas, especially at the end there. We've got bodies in the box. We're still looking to pass. Put that ball in the box. Put pressure on them. As I say, I think at times today we were a little bit naive as a group, and it's certainly very frustrating.
You talk about those improvements that need to be made in the final third, decision making and shot selection. Is that something you can coach, or does that have to come from the players?
No, yeah, it's a collective. We all have to do it, and we've had some really good decision making so far during this season. So it's about us learning, it's about us developing. And again, we finished on that pitch with 4 or 5 teenagers on the pitch. It's about us just sticking together and moving on for Saturday.
Is there a lesson in that? All the stats suggest that tonight there was nothing in the game. It was fairly even throughout in terms of possession, shots, corners, etc. But that fine detail, that momentary lapse can cost you a game. It's that little fine details that can separate results.
Of course, and that's the Championship. Week in, week out. Games are decided on mistakes, on set pieces, on that moment of brilliance. And tonight we're on the wrong end of it. And one of the most disappointing things for me was that travelling fans, we couldn't give them a result tonight. What a fantastic turnout. I know there's a train strike and they've travelled up in the cars and whatnot tonight. So, we're very, very grateful for them to come up and support us, and the support was magnificent. So, it's important now that we brush ourselves off, we learn from tonight, and we get ready for Saturday.
As you say, marked improvement in that second half though. Middlesbrough saturated their half of the pitch, get lots of bodies behind the ball. What did you need to see? What did the players need to do to unlock that Middlesbrough back line?
I think sometimes just that little bit of individual quality can come out. I think we've got to take more shots when we get around that box, and when we go forward we need to get more bodies in the box. We played some nice football around them areas, but we didn't get enough bodies in the box tonight, which is something that we need to improve, which is something that we've got to look at, and which we will certainly be doing.
Just for a little bit of context again, given the injuries, no Nico Gordon, Harley Dean, Mark Roberts, George Friend, you're having to look to the bench, 4 teenagers thrown on as well to try and change the game. That's where we are as a squad at the moment.
Of course, and it's certainly no excuse at all. These young boys have started games, they've been brilliant, they've come on, their attitude, their work rate, the energy they bring is brilliant, and it's my job to develop these players, which I'm enjoying doing, and it's also my job to make sure that they don't feel any pressure, which I know they certainly don't. The older boys have got to stand up to the plate, which they've been doing. We're certainly not going to get disappointed about the result tonight. A little bit disappointed about the performance in the first half, but it's something collectively we've all got to learn from and move on, and get ready for Saturday again.
Yeah, unbeaten run comes to an end, but like you say, beauty of the Championship is quick turnaround now, back in front of our own supporters for the first time in a few weeks at the weekend, and a chance to go on another little run against Bristol City.
Yeah, definitely. We have to start again. I've said we don't get too carried away with the highs, the lows. We keep level-headed. We keep learning. We keep developing. I've said there's going to be lots of highs, lots of lows, you know, but just everyone just stick together, and you know, we're moving on. We're moving on well at the moment, and you know, we just keep going.
Thanks as always, Gaffer.
Thank you.